Travis Wingoodsell. Well, Judge Tina Campbell did nothing this week. Last week, when she was assigned, she immediately shut me down. Even after I went to the chief judge, he is now proven to be a part of it. The whole court is compromised to the church. I cannot receive a fair trial against the church. Nobody can. The church has secured their position in Utah. And so the last docket shows that I filed something, but they're refusing to show what it is, that it's a recusal for Judge Campbell. And then they didn't even bother. They're not going to bother to put down my brief. That I submitted on the 4th. So yeah, they're now flexing their muscle by ignoring me. Ignoring a legitimate complaint. And so, of course, that makes the church true, right? If they have to flex their muscle and ignore me, how dare you tell us that we are compromised to the church, Travis? I mean, Tina Campbell was quick in the beginning to shut me down, and now she's slow to respond, to keep me from presenting any further evidence against the church, as I exposed yesterday part of the co-conspirators' plot to attack me again. So the church can't play fair. The church that claims to be of Jesus Christ can't play fair. You know, Benedict, did he cheat? Did he have his team of lawyers shut down the priests of King Noah? Nope. It was actually them who didn't play fair against King Noah, or not, against Benedict. So that's the disturbing thing, is that Mormons don't see the corruption that I see. They make all kinds of excuses, creating excuses, rather than acknowledging the facts and the evidence. The church is trying to erase me. See, right now, they're trying to figure out, how do we bypass this? How do we make an excuse to dismiss Travis and his case? And they failed because I found out, I exposed what they were planning to do next. And so now they're trying to figure out, working with the church, okay, how do we get you free? Travis beat you. How do we do this? How do we screw him over? And they took all week. And they're going to keep on going. And technically everything needs to shut down anyway. I mean, the virus is out of control here. And I've warned you guys from the beginning this was going to happen. I told you in the beginning that the first case arrived, that they needed a hazmat team. They didn't. Unprotected, they brought the person to Utah. And people got infected, and then they spread it because those people did not themselves quarantine to take care of that one person who came here. And then it spread, and then outsiders came to Utah and spread it. And then Herbert just failed to follow the preparations that he set up in place. And yes, he failed after I filed or served the church in the last case. Because Herbert now realized, oh crap, I gotta protect the church somehow too. But in so doing, Herbert got implicated. And Spencer Cox got implicated. And you guys went and voted him in. He's the one responsible. And if you say, who cares, Travis? He's a Mormon. He's a good man. He's trying the best he can. He's the one who caused this. He was put in charge of the task force. If you're an anti-masker, Cox is responsible for your protesting. Him. And so your protest is against Cox. And if you are scared to death that things have escalated and that you want people to wear masks, again, it's Cox's fault. Everybody needs to understand it's Cox's fault, and you voted him in. Just the dumbest people in the universe. I'm sorry, you are. You voted the person responsible, thinking that he's going to change? Seriously? Herbert washed his hands. And so Herbert fudged the numbers when he shut down. Eventually, when it was too late, but he fudged the numbers so that he could open too early. He had to fire some people to keep the numbers fudged. And then escalation resulted in opening too early. And then people wanted to be free from the virus that Herbert escalated. And so Herbert said, okay, fine. You're free. You're green. And the virus escalated. People got sick and tired of the kids staying home. Open up the school. Send them back. And the virus escalated. People are back to church, back to the temple, back out on missions. And the virus escalates. More people die. And then Herbert said, oh, it's out of control. I wash my hands. Now what's coming? They're going to lock us down. There's going to come a point, once they know the church is secure, even if that means that the church has to flee by plane, to a non-extradition country. Once they know the church is secure, because we've got a pandemic around the world, and Uchtdorf went to Germany to dedicate that temple. That was in the news this past week. So they're again traveling around the world. It's coming. They're letting it expand as much as they can. And if they can kill me off, great. They win, they can then lock you down. And they'll say, I'm sorry guys, you let it get out of control. They victim blame you. Whether you're a masker or an anti-masker, they will victim blame you. And they have already. Herbert's already said, hey, businesses, you need to keep it under control if you want to stay open. He's threatening them. He knows damn well that in order for a business to remain safe, they've got to stay closed. That's the safest way. There is no safe way and stay open. This is a virus. It just takes one individual who's infected. That's it. And that's what they've been deceiving us with. Oh, you gotta stay below 100 people. Oh, you gotta stay below 50. Oh, you gotta stay below 10. It doesn't matter what number you make it. All it takes is one individual. You get a group of 10, you have one individual. Spreads it to all 10. Those one individuals go to another group of all 10. And then another group of all 10. And then another group of all 10. All they are doing by saying groups of 10 are saying we want it controllable. But they aren't doing anything to control it. They're just slowing down the spread, is what they're trying to do. Rather than have large group spreads. They're not stopping it. They're not even trying. The only way to stop it is to shut everything down. Send everyone home. Have the doctors go door to door, marking on the doors the status of who's living inside. You're probably using the color code that they're already using. Green for all clear for this household. Red for, people need emergency care. And then yellow and orange for persons who have tested positive versus, for orange, and yellow for people who have come in contact with somebody who tested positive. So that the doctors who come in after that first wave of testing can see which priorities have what. Oh, we've got a red. Let's go in. Because you can't have people roaming around even to travel to the hospital. It's too widespread now. This is what you do during a viral outbreak. We've all seen the shows and the movies. We know what needs to be done because of Hollywood. They've taught us what needs to be done. And yes, sometimes they do make errors, especially on cop shows, as they teach us how to violate the Constitution to catch the bad guy. But at least we have an idea of what needs to be done. We need to be locked in place. But that requires that Herbert actually give us basic necessities while we're locked down. We can't be stranded without access to food and toilet paper and other hygiene and sanitation. And we shouldn't have to worry about paying any bills. The internet needs to be free so that we can have access to communication in the world and even entertainment, as much as they don't want us to sit on our duffs watching Disney Plus. We want you working. Yeah, you want a slave economy. We got it. You're putting our lives at risk for you to make money. Got it. So, again, I win my lawsuit, but again, they're trying to concoct a way to make me lose. And so now they've decided we're just going to delay. Delay as long as we can. Try to get the co-conspirators to do the dirty work for us. And Samantha's all willing and able. And then they're just going to ignore me. Because the three things that she has to decide on is, one, the defense counsel put in the motion to dismiss, but it was for the original complaint, not the amended complaint that I filed. They have to respond to the amended complaint. But Judge Jenkins recused himself. So does that mean that he was able to succeed in voiding my original complaint? Or is now his dismissal null and void? See, that's the dilemma they're now in. Judge Jenkins was supposed to recuse himself. He didn't. He did an act, an order, and then he recused himself after giving the order. What the hell? And this isn't proper process and procedure. And this is being done by the judges themselves. But they're taking it out on you guys, hoping that you will get to me to finish me off so that they don't have to make the illegal decision to dismiss my case, knowing I won. My case is legitimate. You guys are victims of it. You know I won. But they're going to figure out a way to make me lose, even if it means murdering me.